Have you ever looked at a map of Africa and wondered why it looks so ... solid? It's a vast, powerful continent, but what if its shape was completely different? What if, instead of smooth edges, Africa was full of bays, peninsulas, and natural harbors, much like Europe? How would that simple change have altered history, trade, and the balance of global power as we know it today? It's a question that doesn't just redraw a map. It rewrites the story of our world. Let's start with a surprising fact. Africa is immense, covering over 30 million square kilometers. But for all its size, its coastline is remarkably short, Tony, about 30,000 kilometers long. Now compare that to Europe, which is just one-third the size, but boasts a coastline 3 times as dense, stretching over 100,000 kilometers. This isn't just a random geographic quirk. It has profound consequences. Africa's smooth coastline means fewer natural harbors, which are crucial for developing maritime trade. It also means that vast interior regions, home to countries like Chad, Niger, and Zambia, are completely landlocked, cut off from the economic lifeblood of the ocean. This geographic reality has made it harder to build trade hubs and has kept large parts of the continent isolated for centuries. Now, let's imagine a different Africa. Picture its coastline dramatically expanding. A great bay opens up in West Africa, giving Mali and Niger direct access to the Atlantic. A deep inlet carves into Central Africa, turning inland cities into bustling new ports. Suddenly, the entire economic landscape is transformed. Transport costs, which are a major hurdle for landlocked nations, would plummet. Goods could be shipped directly to global markets instead of undertaking long, expensive overland journeys. This wouldn't just be a modern convenience. It would have kick-started global trade for interior African empires centuries earlier. Population centers would shift as people and investment flock to these new coastal gateways, creating a completely different map of prosperity. With this new geography, the entire course of history would be rewritten. We know the Swahili coast on Africa's eastern shores became a vibrant hub of culture and commerce, all thanks to its access to the Indian Ocean. In our alternate timeline, imagine dozens of Swahili-like city-states flourishing all across the continent, connected not just to Arabia and India, but directly to Europe and the Americas. The dynamics of European colonization would have been completely different. Instead of encountering isolated interiors, they would have met powerful, interconnected maritime kingdoms. This could have drastically altered the tragic history of the Atlantic slave trade and reshaped the global shipping routes that define our world. Africa might not have been a continent to be exploited, but a maritime power to be reckoned with. Even in the 21st century, the impact would be massive. Today, landlocked African nations still face significantly higher trade costs than their coastal neighbors, a major barrier to economic growth. With an extended coastline, Africa could have become the world's ultimate maritime continent. It's already positioned at the crossroads of global trade, with critical choke points like the Suez Canal and the Cape of Good Hope. A more accessible port-rich Africa would not only dominate these routes, but also create new ones, becoming an indispensable hub in the global supply chain. When crises like the Suez Canal blockage happen, a continent with more ports would offer more resilience and alternatives, solidifying its central role in world trade. So, giving Africa more coastline is more than just a cartographer's fantasy. It's a change that would have echoed through time, rewriting history, reshaping economies, and redefining the future of an entire continent. Geography isn't just about lines on a map, it's about destiny. If you enjoyed this journey into an alternate world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more world-changing what-ifs. Thanks for watching.